I mean, this is the prime matchup of NA DPC. Can't even get my words together, Lizard. That's how excited I am right now. So there it is. There's my most hated hero. This piece of garbage right here. If this was never in Dota, it would have been a perfect game.
This piece of garbage.
I mean, it's literally trash, this hero.
Cold Tinker. Yeah, it is. It literally is, yeah. Like some scrap metal just pulled together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing he's missing is some track by the Bounty Hunter, you know, to make it even more annoying.
Oh.
But he does have wolves, and they're just as bad. So it's not only about the TP, obviously, it's just that they're giving vision constantly.
I just don't get it. Like, you let heroes like this in the game, but we can't get Gambler. Like, why can't we have Gambler in the game? I don't understand.
I'd make that switch at any given point. Like, just switch the Tinker for the Gambler, sure.
Yeah. Anyway, we do have some high fives going on in the mid lane, bro. I mean, Ari's been high-fiving. Nobody else wants a bar of it. Everyone's just walking away, and we are going to have another pause to come out. How does the SF matchup work against Tinker? Like, it's not something we get to see very often these days.
Yeah, it should be fine to farm up, right? Like, you're in SF, a couple of raises here and there. At the same time, you're kind of squishy, so the rotations on you can be detrimental to your health. Like, at the same time, who do you have on your team that can... Like, you really... Like, this is what they talked about during the drafting stage, right? Like, you have the snap, and that's your only stun on the team. So your rotations on the Tinker might be difficult. Like, usually, how do you deal with the Tinker? Like, if you don't deal with him in the lane, you deal with him with some Zeus, you deal with him with some Clockwork, Storm Spirit, whatever, heroes that get on top of him easily, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have heroes that get on top of anything. Like,
right.
Not only Tinker. Like, you just have to play the game in a very specific way if you're Shopify.
What do you think about, like, if Crit ran like Ags on Snap? Like, could you rush an Ags on a pos 4 Snapfire this game and like try to abuse the Gobble up to get these kind of to catch the Tinker out?
It's a decent idea. I wouldn't mind it. Like, I feel that there's a lot of weight on his shoulders in this game. It's not only about the Ags. Like, he can get the Ags. He can get the... I'm not sure, like, the Shard is decent, but Aghanims would be probably the best bet, like you just said.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really see any other way to do it, right? Like, you've got a Broodmother, which I guess Saberlight can be a little bit sneaky in the tree lines with the spiderwebs, but...
No, it's all about that mid-game and how you play it. If you manage to crush them in the mid-game and take over the map with the Brood pressure, then definitely it can, like, anything can work, but it's very difficult. Like, the Bloodseeker was a good pickup, though. Like, with the Thirst, with the Rupture, you're basically countering both the Slark and the Lycan.
Right.
But I've seen this backfire so many times. Teams pick up the Bloodseeker into the Slark, and it still doesn't work. Like, Slark just does way more in this patch.
That's the thing with the pos 1 Bloodseeker. Like, it feels like this hero just... I don't know, it just doesn't do enough as a pos 1, and I also have my doubts. I mean, I've constantly called Bloodseeker pos 1 complete trash.
Like, you call a lot of heroes trash.
Not a lot of heroes. Very specific heroes, Lizard. The trash ones, in fact. And you know what? I'm usually right. Are we frank? I'm a modest man, but I'm usually right when I say it.
I'm a modest man, but I'm always right. Nice. Very humble as well. Realistic, you know?
Yeah. Anyway.
Your wife must be really happy.
Oh, she, obviously she got me. How could she not be?
Of course.
Mid lane, Arbet and Brawl going at it. So the Tinker versus SF matchup, you kind of already pointed it out, but you think Arbet should have a pretty easy time.
Yeah, I think it should be solid for him when it comes to Shopify Rebellion. Like, the mid lane should be all right. I'm thinking about the bottom lane. Like, the bottom lane might be rough for them. Like, you're playing the Brood and the Snapfire into the Slark Disruptor. Like, Brood into that Disruptor is always... Yeah, it's kind of spooky, you know? Like, you can get Thunderstroke, you can just get glimpsed, you can't really run across the trees, the Slark is a mess, like, he's stealing your stats. Can get rough.
Yeah, certainly can be, and we'll see what Saberlight and Crit do down to that bot lane. Like, for now, Whitemon, I'd say, is one of the better Disruptor players out there. Just very annoying to have to play against this man when it comes to this hero, but we'll see what Saberlight does end up doing. Of course, top lane as well, you're going to have Ari there against Arteezy. And there'll be Fly on the Undying against Kasane right now on the Lycan. So both sides like have these offlaners that are quite ratty, right? Like they both just want to push lanes, be very, very annoying. And we'll see which one kind of gets away with it, I suppose.
I feel like maybe Lycan is a little bit freer to do whatever he wants on the map. As Brood, you're kind of contained to your webs, right? Like, and your team needs to really understand how Brood works, needs to play around the hero well. It's not really that difficult any longer, as Brood has been in quite a good spot recently.
Certainly has been. I mean, the nerfs came in, but most people seem to believe the hero still does the exact same thing. We'll see what it does. Obviously, no first blood being drawn yet from either side. Both sides just comfortable farming up. Arteezy having a very good time top lane, just completely uncontested here on the Bloodseeker. I suppose it's one of the things, like against Lycan and Rubik, chances are Arteezy's not really going to have too tough of a time. And so you are going to have a pos 1 Bloodseeker that should escalate and farm quite a bit.
Yeah, he's a strong laner overall, 7 armor, you know, like a lot of armor early on. And you also have obviously Fly with an Undying, so...
Bryle getting dived right now. Arbet gonna cop a laser. Raises out again. Arbet, he has another one available, but just needs to pop the mango. Does do so. It's still not enough damage, but he has another. He has the W. Can he get it off? He's diving in and he does secure. Arbet. This man always does something. You know, every game, he always does something a little bit special. And this time around, just dives the Tinker. Meanwhile, speaking of diving, Shopify, top lane of dive, top tier 1 tower.
Yeah, because of that mid lane, right? Like you have level 2 Thirst, you're getting a lot of...
Kasane? I think he's just dead. Oh, the blood right. How does that not land? He makes it at just the nick of time. Arteezy.
Tinker rotation.
I mean, it's very early for this. Level 4 on Bryle, but it might just be enough, and it will be. The rocket damage. I mean, that might have been just on the edge in terms of the damage, but it is enough to take Arteezy down.
Yeah, it's like Abed pulling in one direction, Arteezy in the other. you get some insane kill on the mid lane, meanwhile your carry is just diving the tier 2. However, it doesn't matter, because Fly goes in for the rescue. He gets that kill on the Lycan. Yeah. Kasane, he was just playing on way too low of an HP for way too long.
Certainly was. Kasane
he got killed by the cave, by the way, so yeah.
Hurts. Not very, very fun. Going back to the mid lane for a moment, like Arbed's, he's in this position now as the SF where it feels like you just can't do too much as Brawl anymore. Like, he's gone for the raindrop, so he does have some defense against the magic damage of the razors, but it does feel like Arbed's just in complete control of the mid lane now.
It's always like that, right? Like if an SF gets a slight advantage, he just spams you with the raises. He gets obviously the souls as well, so you have to be extremely careful.
Bottom lane, Whitemon gonna glimpse away the Broodmother. Saberlight could not finish off the kill onto the Disruptor. Tomato actually gonna go for a bit of a fight here on the Slark, but
Saberlight is having a really good lane. Like I expected Whitemon and Tomato to perhaps do a bit better down here.
They certainly haven't. I mean, Tomato's still finding the CS, but I do agree with you. Like, Saberlight's just found a bit too much farm here on the Broodmother.
Exactly. It just feels like the Brood isn't really contested at all. Usually you can see the Brood perhaps even being under her own tier 1 tower at this point. But it's fine. As long as the Slark isn't shoved out of the lane, like you're fine on TSM. Like you're just farming up as the Slark, you stick around. If the Brood reaches like that level 6 and cannot take the tower easily because you're around, that's already a win.
Arbed. Speaking of a win, Whitemon may just drop, but Fairy Fire is there in time. Crit, he's still able to secure the kill. Still laser out, Arbed. Gonna get the heal out with the bottle. He's barely gonna survive. In fact, he's looking to try and turn this perhaps. Crit, in danger. Does get a cookie off, and now the Requiem comes in, Arbed!
Oh, man.
Oh, Arbed, you can't just do that! You can't do that!
Yeah, that was just dirty.
Oh, just...
Nice little haste onto the high ground. Turned... you saw it all. No need to repeat what happened. Just beautiful from him.
Just every time.
It's like one of those... This is one of those games in which SF feels like a god at this point. Like you're just... You're having too good of a time.
He certainly is. 2-1 and 2 right now for Arbed. Almost top of the CS board. RTZ 1 CS ahead of the SF, but considering how many kills Arbed's got, he's probably top of the net worth board at the moment. And,
He is. Yeah.
It's kind of like you said, and even 2 bounty runes just waiting there for him right now. It's kind of like you said, like this SF, considering the start he's had, he's a bit of a god at the moment in this game, and you're not going that classic POS 1 like SF build-up, are you?
We'll see what he opts to go for top lane. Sane.
In danger. Lift is going to be there. Brawl shows up at the right time. Arteezy once again going down to the Bloodseeker. And now Fly should drop as well. Does still have some decay stacks going, but it shouldn't make the difference. Wolves just chasing him down, giving all the vision to Ari. Though Fly still trying to run. Is a tanky boy, but with the rocket damage to come in. That'll be more than enough. They do take him down.
Yeah, just rocket from downtown. Those wolves following him around, giving vision.
So annoying. Nevertheless, like, it's kind of like you said, top lane's like pulling one way, Arbit's pulling the other way right now.
I wasn't gonna say it again. I'm like, okay. I called him out once, it's enough. No need to repeat it. No need to rub the salt in, but yeah, like top lane, once he gets that level 6, perhaps we'll see some rotation. You can utilize that rupture. It's just that Brood does not need any help at the moment. SF is doing fine, so both the supports are top. Bloodseeker feels pressured to make a move, gets punished for it.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe if Arvid really wants to, he can go for the POS 1 build-up on the SF, considering how this game's gone, right?
Yeah, maybe he should.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Brawl, he'll farm up some stacks in the meantime. Ari just making sure he's protected. Obviously, the Tinker, it's a bit of a slower process. He's just level 7 right now, so just has to abuse the laser spam. But we'll go back to the triangle and keep those, keep farming up those stacks. Could even decide to go after Artesian Fly again if he really wants to. Does reveal himself with that heat-seeking missile, but again, it's all about the triangle right now for Brawl. Though if you are, you know, the side of Shopify and you kind of get a gist that this is happening, it'd be perfect timing to jump in right now and just take the stacks away. But it doesn't seem like they have any idea this has happened.
Yeah, they aren't really willing to go win as well. Like, you don't have an offlaner that can rotate in, help you out. The Brood is just completely contained to the bottom lane at the moment, so you know if you're going in with at least a 4 versus 5 kind of a scenario.
Bottom lane though, Tomato, Tombstone's going to be dropped. Tomato does have Pounce, just looking for the angle. Is still trying to look as the Shadow Dance has been used up. Tomato, though, still being chased down, still just running in circles as his team is rotating. And is eventually going to be able to pounce away. He's alright. Fly in the meantime. Does get caught. Bryle's been spotted by Saberlight, but he's more than happy to fight. There is still plenty of bodies around. SR. Shopify, they're the ones that need to back now. Saberlight dropping a little bit too low as Ari is going to spot him out. More webs to come out as Saberlight. On top of the cliff, and now Ari's the one to go a bit too far. He's going to get punished.
Yeah, he became a little bit too greedy. Went onto the high ground. Nice little read by Crit. Read that greediness and just waited him with open hands. Yeah, like, this is a problem for the Brood, right? Like, you have this Lark on the bottom lane, he has his ulti. Well, he doesn't have it right now, but usually he does. And he's just defending the tower. Like, as a Brood, your main objective is to take that tower as early on as possible.
Here we go again. Tomato's still hanging around, trying to slow down the push coming in from Saberlight, but really can't do too much about it. SR just waiting to jump in if they can. Saberlight gonna try and abuse Tomato just a little bit. TP's incoming from Brawl to try and help out. The Tomato's taking so much damage. He'll pop the Shadow Dance once again. Instead, Brawl gonna get spotted on the tree line. He's gonna cancel his TP off. Meanwhile, Tomato dropping a little bit low, does back off, but Saberlight's still on the chase, and in the meantime, they have found Crit on the Snapfire, but Crit just casually walks away from that Static Storm. Still somehow alive as that one's gonna go down. And Arbed, he's got the blink up, but no! Whoopsie daisies!
Was close. Like, interesting, by the way, he went for the blink build. So gets that blink very early on. Obviously wants to be active as he rotates down bottom to help the Brood push. Doesn't accomplish a ton with his rotation, but almost he did. And they do manage to take down the tier 1 tower. So the map opens up quite significantly for them. Suddenly now as a Brood, you feel like you have options. You can take the enemy jungle, you can rotate to tier 1 mid. The game feels like you can breathe again. Like you're not pressured to just constantly throw yourself at the tier 1.
Yeah. Things going very well right now for Shopify Rebellion. Like, 3 of their cores top of the net worth board. In fact, Arteezy's the one that's kind of going the slowest right now on the Bloodseeker. But he does have the Maelstrom timing now, so his farm should escalate quite a bit. But it's just great signs here for Shopify. Like, this is a team that did come top 4 after all the latest majors, so, you know, looking to be the favorites, even though they weren't the top team in NA last season.
Yeah, they lost to
TSM.
Yeah, right. They lost to TSM the last season.
But they're just looking so confident in this game. Really just a complete outmatch so far. 4K advantage going their way at 12.5 minutes. And you kind of wonder, like, TSM... In fact, hold that thought, because there is going to be a 4-man smoke up. See what they can find.
Look at Fly, like he's reading this move very damn well.
Smoke broken. They're going to try and settle for the Undying. Glimpse back onto Fly. He's literally just taunting them. Perfect read. Perfect gank of the tank. Or
nice
rather, gank of the smoke. Is now Tomato going to try and run. Whitemon in trouble. Ari does go down. Or rather, yeah, Ari does go down. Whitemon barely able to get out.
Yep. So 1-for-1 in the end. And because of the proximity of the tier 1 tower, Saberlight instantly goes in. So the trade isn't that great. Look at how he's scouting Tinker with the spiders as well. The TP is there.
I guess it's another thing, like with the Tinker, right? Like, you're never really safe TPing into tree lines because the spiderlings might just be watching. And, well, Saberlight, he just leaves those spiders behind to go after the tier 1 tower, but they are going to be dealt with.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, what do you even accomplish if you see him? Like, you can see the Tinker TPing. It's just like, you can't really do a lot about it, at this point at least.
Kasane. Scatterblast going to land from crit. Wolf form is going to be popped. Arbed is around. Rupture is there. Kasane is just going to go to Arbed. He just TPs away. He lets Fly have it. Meanwhile, Arteezy trying to run from the creeps is going to be fine to do so. So they'll just let the Undying hit him for the last hit.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
Certainly not. Fly in the meantime, going to get lifted up by Ari. Brawl trying to get the damage out, but it's like he'd rather just farm the small camp at the moment. We'll just leave everything be. Instead, Whitemon shows up. Very, very nice static storm to just land on Fly. Gonna be our Undying gone. And even Crit could be in danger, but a nice double cookie before he goes down into the Blood Rite. And now the Requiem out from Arbed. That's gonna be 2 down. It might even be a 3rd. Ari's trying to run, but it's no good. Arteezy will chase him to the ends of the earth. We'll see if he can juke him out of the tree line. Blood Rite, it will land. And that'll be enough. Arteezy will secure. And Crit, I mean, you die for that, but it's a perfect setup.
It definitely is, and it's such a nice triple kill as well for Arteezy. Like, let's be real, it was the Requiem, right? Like, it was again the SF that did the majority of the work.
Yeah.
But obviously Crit helped out, and Arteezy was the one that just snooped all the reward up.
Oh, it's 7-13 now. 6K advantage. If you were coaching TSM right now, like, what would you be saying? Like, if you were the leader of the team at the moment, what would you be saying, Liz?
I wouldn't talk to them. Like, I wouldn't talk. I wouldn't talk to myself. I picked Tinker. It's like,
yeah, that's true.
Just, I feel you. I feel you. I'm on your side this time around. I'm not always, but this time definitely I am. Like, Tinker is something I hate deeply.
It has a place in everyone's heart, I think.
Then again, this game can easily turn once he gets a couple of items.
Right.
Like you reach that power spike on Tinker with the Shivas, suddenly you're TPing on the wolves into the trees, you're Shivaing everything like constantly. It can be really hard, really fast for Shopify to play this, but they are reaching their BKB timings shortly, I believe, so
Ryle.
That will help.
Ryle. Oh, they know where he's blinked. Crit, cookie. No, he doesn't throw it out. Oh, they noticed the last second.
He hesitated.
Yeah, he did.
If he just popped that tombstone instantly, they would get him. Like, they were close enough.
It won't matter. At the very least, the tier 2 bottom tower is going to go down basically for free. Now, Arbet has a double damage rune, so they've got plenty of damage for that.
Yeah, like, what's the power spike that they're waiting for?
Arbet, Requiem, Pop, trying to go after Tomato, but a nice
try.
bounce away, and the glimpse back as well.
Nice try, nice try. Timado expected that. He knows that he can die from the tree's Requiem, so he just popped that Shadow Dance instantly.
Well, TSM still hanging around. They do find a tier 1 mid. Kasane to pick that one up.
Yeah, they get the tower, but they're not ready to fight. And you can see in the way that they play. They're waiting for the Shivas on Tinker. They're waiting for the Overlord Helm on the Lycan. Perhaps those two items will be the
Arbet?
biggest difference.
Bot lane, Brawl's just dead. Arbet just blinks in, gives him 3 raises and says
Glimpse.
bye-bye. Wymon's going to jump in for a glimpse back. They could at least secure the kill onto the SF. We'll see, though. He hasn't died quite yet, actually trying to fight back, but the raise is not going to land. He will go down. But he literally just blinked in, gave him 3 raises and said bye. I mean, he dies in the end for it, but they're really making sure this Tinker does not have the game he wants.
They're stealing some stacks as well, like the ancient stacks.
But they
It
are.
doesn't look like TSM is happy about it. They're rolling in.
I imagine they aren't. Drums pop, they're trying to chase. There is going to be a stun out on to at
Glimpse.
least fly, and now a nice glimpse back. They'll find Saberlight. That's a much bigger target. Saberlight going to run towards the south and try to find a way out of this. Might even find himself a nice courier from Kasane. We'll leave that one be. Still just running with the webs out. Wolf form was popped by Kasane.
There's a
It will
glimpse
wear
again,
out
so-
now, but a nice lift up is there. Saberlight still trying his best, but is going to go down. I suppose you could argue a bit of space created, but TSM finding 2 nice pickoffs for themselves.
Was that a little bit cocky to try and take the triangle when your SF is dead? Perhaps, right? Like, it's one of those plays.
Yeah?
SF, you're creating space, you're dying bottom, we're gonna steal some stacks while you do it. Then you get punished for it.
They do. The Shopify, you can really tell that they are feeling very confident in this game, number 1. See where they head from now. Like TSM, like you mentioned, they hit a timing later on, especially with this Tinker, and it starts to feel impossible to deal with if you are Shopify, so you definitely don't want to drag this out too long if you can avoid it. Speaking of that Tinker, Brawl is going to be spotted here by Crit. Jump in,
Oh.
Cookie. Oh, it's off the mark. Brawl with a nice quick blink out is going to be just fine. So important he gets that Shivers guard up to at least have some kind of impact in these team fights.
Yeah, he's getting really damn close, but your call was also very damn correct. Crit, he needs only one more item, and he's got that tag in him. So, the Snapfire will be the difference maker, I feel like.
I mean, again, I'm a very humble guy, so I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, you're just going to stay silent and let everyone soak in that little detail, right? Yes, I called the item, yes.
Thank you for the acknowledgement. Yeah. John would never do that.
Just keep the topic going for as long as possible.
Well, Roshan is going to go the way of Shopify Rebellion. Ahmed, he'll be the one to take the Aegis, which makes enough sense considering how the man's been playing. Arteezy's got a BKB up anyway, so, you know, happy days for him. In the meantime, Tamada's getting very close to an Aghanim Scepter of his own on that Slark, and that's the big timing for the Slark as well, right? Once you have the Ags up with the double pounce, that huge range, that's when you can really start to be a menace in these team fights.
Yeah, that happens when an SF gives you a kill, right? Like that solo kill on the... Well, wasn't solo, but he got the kill on the SF, so his Aghanim's timing definitely accelerated. In a game such as this one, Aghanims will prove to be damn solid for Timado.
Something they definitely need right now, that's for sure. Shopify push down the top tier 1 tower, looking even towards the top tier 2, but Kasane is going to be around to try and defend this anyway, and it doesn't seem like Saberlight's going to commit all the way. Even a BKB now on Arteezy. Not something I was quite expecting on the Bloodseeker.
You need it. Like, you're playing into a Tinker, everyone needs a BKB. It's just the way it is. Like, the Brood perhaps can opt to not go for it. Like, he's actually going for a Hex. Or I see going for a Hex. You need more catch for the Tinker. And for the Slark, it's decent, obviously, as well, but the snap with the Aghanims, that is completed now. Yeah, instant smoke.
Yeah, here we go.
They have the BKBs, they have the catch. More or less, they have the catch.
Who do they find first? That's the question. Like, they're going to see the ancient creep in the mid lane. Saberlight might be able to just snag that one, and it seems like he has caught it out.
Yeah, just look at Lycan and how he's playing. Like, this pretty much tells you everything. I think they know something's up.
Absolutely. They seem to have read the smoke rotation very, very well. Tomato even bot lane, just hiding himself here in the tree line. Not going to get caught out by Arbed and Crit. So they won't really have the info about the Ags yet on Crit, but no, never mind. They are in division now, so they will know Crit does have the Aghanim Scepter. That is if they did click on the hero, of course, but I'm sure they did.
I'm sure someone did.
Yeah.
Usually it does happen.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under
So no one gets caught out. But I suppose as Shopify, you could just start pushing in the tier 2 mid tower. Like,
Which is-
that'll force the fight.
They're converging on top of it.
Radiant's middle tower is under
The thing is,
attack.
it's much easier for you to get pickoffs than it is to just force a fight around an objective. Because if you're going for a tower, the Tinker is kind of safe. He can be blinking around the high grounds. It's a bit more difficult, I feel like, but so far no one is defending the tier 2.
It's going to be left anyway. Saberlight will not stick around on his own. There is a couple TPs that have come down here from TSM. Tomato's going to join this team as well in the mid lane. But they're not really going to find anything out of this. Like, they've already left the building. TSM, again, just kind of waiting and hoping Shopify make a bit of an error. There's going to be a smoke up there. They're going to be the ones that try to initiate. Axe is up on Tomato, so you do have that very nice timing. Of course, Shiver's Guard available on Brawl as well. And Saberlight.
I feel like he might be the one that gets caught out here. Like Undying and Bloodseeker, there's no way for them to easily connect.
Nice pounce. They're going to find the Brood immediately. In fact, Static Storm immediately dropped as well, just to ensure Saberlight does not get away.
It's like you can definitely feel the difference between the way Lycan plays and the way Saberlight played once the smoke was popped, right? Like you kind of have a general idea that they smoked, but you're still pretty damn cocky. You're just breaking that smoke with your face.
Yeah. Well, that'll be the top tier 2 tower to drop here as Kasane able to pick that one up. So things are still going relatively well for TSM. They're still 7k behind, but it doesn't really feel like they can't take a fight.
No, I wouldn't say that this 7k is a huge difference at the moment in the game. You just wait out the Aegis on SF, which is gone in like a minute, and then you search for another fight if you're TSM. Like you've got everything that you need. Obviously, it comes down to the execution of team fights now, right?
It certainly does. Webs were stolen by Ari, so he just hangs on the high ground for now, but Arbed realizes he's around. She chase him down a little bit. We're just going to go for the outpost retake. Seems like TSM not going to stick around for this. They're just going to back right out of there. And you're in this kind of awkward stage of the game where it feels like both sides are just going to start split pushing with their offlaners. But look at Arbed, trying to abuse the courier vision to see where Ari is.
He really wants this Rubik.
He might find him too. The courier eventually going to spot him out.
Like,
they're really looking.
ah, he's joking them.
He certainly is. And it looks like he's going to be just fine, at least for now. Sply is still having a look around. They will spot him out once again. Here comes Saberlight. It does feel like you need the Broodmother to really get this done, but the problem is the webs.
He's stuck.
He's stuck for a moment.
He's stuck. Help me, Undying.
He's alright. Arbed's the one that's stuck. Ari, he's still sticking around.
Like he's just making them waste so much damn time.
He is.
Yeah.
That's a lot of space.
And in the end, they give up. They're like, yeah, we can't get this guy. Brood, if you can, send your spiders.
Tomato, mid lane. Will show himself for a moment, but no opening there for Shopify. Bryo in the meantime. Also down at the bot lane, showing on a creep wave, but nobody around to try and secure his life. TSM playing very cautiously right now, not giving any openings away to Shopify Rebellion.
Once he gets this BKB, how do you take down the Tinker exactly?
That's the hard part.
Yeah. It's definitely not going to be easy. What I do like about Shopify so far is they're the caliber of a team that even if the draft doesn't give them something Like if they're lacking something from their draft, they're gonna find it through items. And you can see the Brood with the Hex, you can see the Bloodseeker with the Gleipnir. Like, they're lacking catch, obviously. So, Gleipnir, Hex, Aghanim Zone, the Snapfire. Slowly but surely they mitigated that problem.
Ari. They're still trying to chase Ari. Saberlight saw him for a moment. Here we go again. Gobblop's gonna land. McCrit. Can they actually take him down? Ahmed, he'll get lifted up, but the Spiderlings are on the chase. Ari is still running. Web's out, it won't matter. They finally take him down.
I mean, at this point, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, he's created so much damn space that his death is like, yeah, sure. Good job, guys, you got me.
Dire's bottom tower
Oh, hopefully they don't give him webs again, I'll tell you. You don't want that. Now they can finally push out that top wave. Mid lane, Rupture was committed. Tomato, Gleipnir's gonna lock him down. He was trying to TP out. Tomato forced the fight now, but Arteezy's got him. Perfect play from Arteezy. That's the thing, 1 pound while you're ruptured. He lost over 3/4 of his HP.
Yeah, you buy that Aghanim so you can hurt yourself more from the Rupture.
Well, here we go. Mid tier 2 tower. Gonna be under siege now from Shopify Rebellion.
is under attack.
I haven't seen Tinker really so far do anything but farm. Are we going to see him in the game, or what do you think?
I'm not sure. I mean, this is classic Tinker play, you know? It just doesn't do anything until it's ready to do something.
I felt like Shivas was that item, right? Like that one big item that they need.
Under attack.
He got the Shivas and then, yeah, I'm gonna continue farming, sorry boys.
This is why when they removed March of the Machines, it was one of the greatest changes in Dota 2 history. Like, it's just... Could you imagine? Like, imagine March was...
I
on.
love your genuine hate towards this hero, like...
But think about it. Imagine March of the Machines was still available.
Uh-huh.
What would it be? The whole game would just be March spam.
It would be.
And that'd be it. He'd just be like, yeah, I never need to fight. I could just spam March of the Machines. Look at me. I'm so good. It's sickening. Thankfully, it's gone. Anyway, TSM, they've smoked up as 4. Roshan wasn't started anyway, but well, I suppose now it does spawn up, so they can get started, though TSM looking to take a fight and try to secure Roshan on their own term.
It's a nice position from Shopify though, like around this high ground where they have the wards, where Undying is ready to set up the tombstone. Like, if you're TSM, you have to think twice before you just rush uphill, even if you're smoked.
Very nice position from Shopify indeed. TSM still hanging around in their own triangle, just waiting for the right moment.
This is just a stare down at this point. Both teams kind of have the general idea where the enemy is.
Ahmed pops a raise. Saberlight's going to move in. They're going to try and get started on the Roshan. TSM, they're the ones who have to make the way into the Roshan pit and try to find a way to fight this. Do they even know what's happening? It's so hard against the Spiderlings because they've always got vision over you. And Shopify, they're just doing this very confidently and getting away with it. TSM, they are not making the jump in. Bash is there from Roshan. Even Roshan was trying to help. But it's not it.
They thought about it, like Slark moved slowly into a position which would allow him to pounce in, but Tinker was TPing on top. So if you're Timado, like, jumping in with Shadow Dance, like, it's fine, right? Like, you have Shadow Dance, you have your Depth Shroud as well with the Shard. But if Tinker is on top of you, that's kind of scary. Risking both of your lives, probably not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, 11 to 16, 14k net worth advantage now for the side of Shopify Rebellion. TSM, well, they're still playing that split push game. They're just pushing out waves, waiting and waiting and waiting till they've got enough farm to really get going.
I feel like they're stuck in the next item syndrome.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Just one more item,
Oh,
guys.
Bryle's going to reveal himself to Arteezy with that Shivers, but he does have help around. Gleipnir is going to catch Whitemon, and there is going to be a Static Storm being wasted by the Disruptor. Arteezy, however, he has stuck around. They could still try to make the play, but he's the one to jump in. He wants Whitemon. There'll be a TP out, and he should just be in time. And he will be.
Yeah, he hits like a kitten. Arteezy, that is. His item build obviously isn't the greatest when it comes to the right click, but it does make a lot of sense when it comes to everything else. Right now he has that Basher too. So you have the Basher, you have the Blink Dagger, you have the Gleipnir, just itemizing fully into that catch versus Tinker. You can't necessarily kill off targets, but if you have help, top lane.
Arbed was chasing. Meanwhile, mid lane, like Saberlight's just being forced away with the Shiver Guard spam from Bryle. Double damage secured, but oh, maybe he waited too long. Tomato, he's able to bottle it up himself, but can they get Bryle out of there? He's trying, but now the Gobble Up flies in. Tomato, he's still able to pounce out. He's all right.
Sane.
But Kasane now being caught all over a double damage rune. I mean, they got the rune, but Tomato pops it and just has to walk away.
I feel like it's...
Tower is under attack.
yeah,
It's-
you know what the main character syndrome is? Like, that's with the Tinker as well, right? Like, I'm the one, guys, wait for one more item, and then once your time is there, it's already too late. You're 70k behind. They find ways of killing you.
Yeah.
Tower is under attack.
I mean, you may not understand this reference, but it's like this Tinker's Boruto right now. Lizard.
Yeah, please stop with anime. Like, I can understand that it's an anime reference.
I mean,
That's why
it's-
you said I won't understand it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a terrible anime, by the way, Boruto, you know?
Every anime is terrible anime.
I mean, this is extremely bad.
I mean, I can understand why you talk about it. You already have a wife, you're settled, like it's fine. You don't have to, you know, find a girlfriend anymore.
Yeah. True.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Appreciate that acknowledgement as well, Lizard. Smoke up.
Dire's top tower.
5-man smoke here from Shopify. They don't look to back off yet. They want that mid-racks, but they want someone to show up by the creep wave. Creeps are just slowly taking it down to Arteezy. He's had enough. He'll jump in past the tier 4 towers with the Gleipnir, but he's not going to be able to secure the kill. Meanwhile, Whitemon, though, Whitemon is just going to die to crit with the Gobble Up. Tomato trying to move in, but can't do anything. I mean, they've popped their wolf form, they've popped everything ready to go in, but how do you jump? Who's jumping in?
No one is. I mean, you have the literal jumper. You have Slark, he can pounce in. But if he does that, he gets ruptured. He doesn't have that BKB. He needs to farm it up before the next fight. It's like they're not on the same page. That's how it felt like throughout this whole game. Like Lycan is playing his own style, Slark his own, Tinker his own, and they're never truly combining their strengths.
They certainly are not.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Shopify Rebellion, everything they do makes a ton of sense. Like this Bloodseeker, even right now with the Abyssal. Yeah, he's not gonna do a ton of damage, but it doesn't matter. There's Brawl to follow up. Abed to follow up. There's also Mortimer's Kisses. Just a ton of ways to compensate.
That's the thing as well. Like you spoke about the SF follow-up. Like he's got an arcane blink up. This is that timing where it's like, well, pretty hard to avoid the Requiem now, as we are going to have a bit of a pause here from Arbed. Cag is the call here from Arbed. It's like Crit's having the same issue, so we are going to have a quick disconnection. I mean, we are at a different stage of the game. I'll ask you the same question I asked before. What does
Ask away.
What does TSM need to do in this game to try and make a comeback?
Right now, I feel like it even might be a bit too late, but 20k behind, 35 minutes in. What they first and foremost, what they need is a BKB on Slark, and they've got it. Now that you've got that BKB, perhaps you can be a hero that gets on top of the SF instead of him jumping on top of you. You eliminate him with a Slark. Another thing that could be good for them is to wait for the Aegis, which will be taken in, 16 seconds? A couple of fights in which everyone is present would be really nice as well for TSM.
Right. We really haven't seen that at all, eh? Like, it's just a 5-on-5 engagement. Just has... Uh-oh. Oh, not this!
Oh, well, that's something that you can get in the game.
Oh, no. Wait, so they... Alright, so they can't reconnect. This is that bug that happens.
The reconnect bug.
The reconnect
strikes
bug.
again. There was a patch.
Oh, there was a patch. XD is probably the way.
Everyone waited for the patch, you know. Valve. We finally get it at the right time.
Here we go. Rightio. Well, let's see how this one pans out.
I call TSM disconnects with two of theirs.
Yeah.
They play it out 3 versus 3. It's only fair.
All right, Arteezy is asking for. I mean, what do
this
you do
admin
now?
is sweating balls right now.
Bust out the rule book, admin. Figure out what to do.
Yeah.
What do you do now? Like
Admin is like, you have 5 minutes, guys. I don't care.
Oh, this is rough.
Shouldn't have disconnected.
This is rough. I mean, Shopify are clearly in
They're
a huge lead.
Yeah, they're clearly winning this game. I shouldn't say winning, but they're in a huge lead. Yeah, anything is possible. It's the game of Dota, obviously. And this is what I tell my teammates as well in my games. Like, anything is possible. Maybe they'll disconnect. Continue playing. Maybe they'll have lag. Maybe a patch hits.
Maybe. And it did.
You know, those small janitor patches, like 1-2 megabytes. You know, they come in often.
That's
Hope
probably
for
what's
that.
happened here.
Yeah, unfortunate though, because it was a game in which they really dominated versus a Tinker. They played their cards right, and now this happens.
Well, let's see what happens. I mean, no response
Are
yet.
you the admin, by the way, Mike?
Me? No.
Are
I'm
we waiting on you?
I'm certainly not.
Chat,
This is why I can't be an admin. I have no idea what to say here. Like, you know.
press 1 in the chat if they should continue 3 versus 3, guys. Like,
So who leaves? Does it have
Well,
to be the same roles?
same roles, yeah, of course.
Right.
You leave with the Tinker and you leave with who's the 4? Is it the Rubik or the Rubik?
It's the Rubik, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of. Is he higher net worth? He is. Yeah, they're kind of the same, I guess.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I mean, there's no way to fix this bug as well, I don't think, right? Like, you can't.
So, by the way, this сейчас поиграем, it basically means now we're gonna really play.
The thing is as well, like, I don't think you can actually fix this bug. It's
Yeah.
like you're just kind of stuck now.
They're just kind of stuck hoping that something changed, you know? Like,
Yeah.
maybe the last patch gave us the ability to continue the game from the same point, you know?
That'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
In before Gaben shows up and he just, like, the face of Gaben shows up. This game has been decided.
oh my. Apart from that, Lizard, I mean,
Apart from,
I was gonna ask how your day's been, Lizard.
how my day has been.
I mean, what else are we gonna talk about at this stage? Like, the game's just completely paused. We're going nowhere with this.
I'm just happy you asked me about my day and you didn't go into anime, you filthy weep.
Listen,
You tried already once.
well, with that, I mean, it's, you know, the anime reference. I mean, you don't understand the anime reference, Lizard. But I was making fun of an anime.
You were making.
I was making
Good
fun
job,
of
good
an
job.
anime.
Like,
Thank you very much.
you grow in my eyes day after day.
Well, with that, we are going to head off to a short break while we figure this out. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with this game number 1. right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have loaded back into the game. A little bit of drama going on right now, actually, because Arteezy's got a 5-minute Aegis in his backpack, but it was meant to expire before.
It's a gift.
It's a gift, but he's actually saying he'd like to go die and just give up the Aegis.
Like he's a
Giga Chad move.
Giga Chad move right there, yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't want any unfair advantage. It was gonna expire in exactly 16 seconds when they paused it.
Yeah.
Well, he got an extra 4 minutes and what, like 20 something.
Well, Ari's asked a pretty
25.
important question. When's Roshan going to respawn now?
Nobody knows. Will it respawn even?
Whenever it's damn ready, that's when.
Slark lost all of his stacks
Oh, no.
as well. You know, obviously, Shopify Rebellion, they were in a lead. Now
Yeah.
they get an even bigger one.
Come in, I kill you. Tomato.
I mean, it's a
I mean-
fair exchange, yeah.
Yeah.
Kill the Aegis.
Saberlight says it too. There you go.
Fair trade.
Fair trade. That makes sense. I mean, you lost all your Essence Shift permanent stacks, so here's one.
How many did he have?
I mean, I don't remember that.
Maybe one.
Maybe.
Two.
Not too big. I mean, you lost like 2 agility. You'll be right. You know, it's... Let's see what happens.
He's still 1-2, yeah. So basically, he didn't get a lot.
Yeah, true. I mean, so yeah, Tomato, if he actually kills Arteezy, I guess he gets the Agi. Problem is he gets gold for it.
Yeah.
And, you know, Arteezy's, he doesn't want to give he doesn't want to give a kill away to the enemy
Fair
camp.
play, just give him all the kills.
This is a great situation. I mean, I'm a real sicko lizard. I love this situation.
Oh, you're a real sicko.
I am. I mean, this is just a funny situation to me. Like, what the hell is going to happen? Nobody knows what's happening. It's amazing.
Yep.
At the very least, we've got the game. That's all that matters.
I just love that there's some poor admin. You know, he just wanted to watch some Dota. That's all, you know. He doesn't need this.
Yeah? I mean, look...
Check any casters.
What do you want us to do, Crit?
Yes, we will fix it.
It's always the casters.
We shall fix it, Crit. Don't you worry.
We're on a Crit.
Like, Can we actually see when Rosh respawns? We can do that, right? No, we can't.
No, we
because
can't.
it's paused.
Apparently, it's respawned right now.
Yeah.
Is Roshan 3 or 8 minutes?
Oh, that's very
Yeah.
nice.
Just make a decision. I die or not.
Oh, there you go. One of the casters can see the time. Very, very good.
How can he see it though?
He's got the special permissions on his end of things, apparently. Very, very good. Have you ever been in one of these situations?
Yeah, I have, but usually it just resolves. Like it was a long time ago, right? So basically, the enemy team would always take advantage, more or less.
I mean, at the very least, you got to give props to the admins and whatever staff were fixing this issue. Like at least we could load back into the game, which is definitely a positive. Don't want to take away from those guys. Obviously, there is a lot of people working hard to try and resolve the situation right now.
Relax aja, Brody.
We've definitely came a long way.
Yeah.
Temporary stacks, yeah. It's a compromise, you know. Like he had, what, 1 or 2 permanent stacks. Give him 5 temporary ones.
Yeah. Makes sense. Problem with giving Slark the kill is that he's going to have 50 agi now. Then Tomato kills a swallow.
Yeah, he's gonna solo the game.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That is fair.
Just move Bloodseeker somewhere where the tower is the one killing him.
After we kill Age, you guys smoke behind him. We all AFK Fountain, then I run down mid into Fountain and TP home. I mean, this is amazing. Like, the fact that the players are trying to work together to make it a fair game. Because Arteezy could have literally just said, screw it. I've got Aegis too bad. That's how we're playing the game now.
Yeah. He's been blessed by Gabe, and
He has.
what can he do? Like, who is he to question?
That's
what
right.
is game? Game giveth and game taketh. Obviously, it gave him the Aegis. It took the stacks away from Slark. What can you do? Is there
What can
anything
you do?
else that we're missing? Like maybe Rubik permanently has rupture or something. You never know.
That'd be amazing too.
Yeah. He's just keeping silent, you know.
Well, we'll get underway rather soon, I'm sure. People are just trying to work out what's going to be doing, what's the safest or rather fairest way of doing things here in this this game number 1. It is game 1, of course, between Shopify Rebellion and TSM. In case you weren't aware.
Well, technically, it's game 2.
I mean, it's a second lobby for sure.
The second lobby.
Oh. 11 to 19. It's one of those weird games where I know a lot of people would probably just sit in there being like, guys, there's a 19k advantage for Shopify. They're 1 racks up. Surely they just got this in the bag. But you kind of said it earlier, like, it's Dota.
Anything can happen. And what Fly just wrote in the chat is also very true. Like, yes, Bloodseeker had the Aegis for a long time in the game prior to this point, but you're gonna have Aegis for. This is also true, like, because the way you use that Aegis is all about the next respawn, right? And right now, if he just feeds it, and then they have to wait for like 8 minutes until there is a new Aegis, it isn't really correct as well.
I mean, now they're arguing over the Aegis timing. Like, do you get 10 minutes of Aegis? Do you get 5? Like, what's?
It's like, because if he feeds the Aegis, I guess he should feed it no matter what. I think, in my opinion, the argument is stronger for that because you already played with the Aegis for a long time.
But it is kind of fair to Shopify as well, because if Roshan's going to take another 8 minutes to respawn, considering they control the whole map right now.
Yeah, and you just feed the Aegis away, like, it's...
And then, because in 8 minutes, if like you could have secured another Roshan and finished the game. But in that 8 minutes, anything could happen.
Look, like, I feel that the admin is going to make the right decision no matter what. Yeah. I have full faith.
Yes, of course. Someone's going to give the pay raise to the admin, I reckon.
Yeah, and I don't think that his job is hard at all at this point.
Come on.
Not at all.
Oh, this is amazing. All right, well... We'll wait for a decision to be made here between these two teams. Obviously, you know, it's kind of hard to see a... Yeah, you know, the thing is, you've got to really appreciate how mature Arteezy's become over the years. Because he's the most mature, like, he's making the most sense out of everyone, I think. Mm-hmm. Like, he's being the most fair out of everyone. Like, at least Fly's arguing for the team. He's like, come on, guys. I don't want Roshan in 8 minutes. Just give me the Aegis a second time.
Like the true captain should.
Yeah,
always,
absolutely. Right? He's negotiating as a captain should. But Arteezy... Giga Chad move has said, I'll give you the Aegis, who cares? Doesn't matter, just take it. I love it.
Yeah, it's fair play if nothing else.
Yeah.
You should give him the fair play award.
Yeah.
That's it. Imagine if the admin is the kind of a guy that goes through delivery app for like 30 minutes until he decides what to eat. You know, he needs to decide this shit. He's like, his personal hell right here.
Just go play, it'll be fun. I mean, Ari's gonna play. Ari's just like, oh, Arteezy saying, do you want to go? I mean, that is the simplest decision, isn't it? Like, just unpause and let's go.
Just unpause, go, Tinker kills your Aegis.
Oh, man, you really are predicting exactly what they say.
Yeah, I'm so good at reading.
Oh, you're getting it before I am. Well, there you go.
1v1 mid, let's go.
We need to sort of we need to be in the same position. All right, so everyone needs to AFK by the barracks as Tinker takes the Aegis away from the Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah, after that, you can't...
After that, free for all, pretty much.
Yeah, but you can't, like...
You all TP mid, you kill the Bloodseeker again, you know?
Right. I mean, I suppose the Tinker has no way of locking the Bloodseeker. Okay, here we go. They've had enough of waiting. They're just going to go for it. So let's see how fair everyone is. This is great sportsmanship, by the way. If anything comes out of this, I think we can all agree it's great sportsmanship between these two teams to come to an agreement. This is how it's going to be done.
Abyssal him.
This is the most fun Brawl's had all game, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Abyssal him. No.
And now Brawl's just going to get the hell out before he dies.
Gleipnir.
All right, here we go. And the play is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really got to give props. That's great sportsmanship.
Yeah, they got the ages as they should have. Continue playing. I still don't see when Roshan will respawn. But yeah, Shopify Rebellion, they were in a really good position. They instantly smoke up afterwards.
There you go. Who finds who first? Blink back, pounces there. They found Crit on the snap by. Meanwhile, glimpse back. It seems like they have found Artesian, the Bloodseeker. Still Crit. He's the one in danger. Fly also in danger, but the Requiem, Arbed, he's going to jump in on Tomato. BKB was there, though. He's going to be all right to TP out. Nobody dies.
Nobody dies at whatsoever. Like 2 smokes from both teams.
Gobble up.
Oh, gobble up.
It's going to be there. Right on target.
Somebody dies. in
That'll
the
be
end.
Ari got.
Yeah. In the end, they get the poor Rubik. That fight actually kind of demonstrated how TSM could have played this game from the get-go. Like, if they just manned up with the Slark and he goes in first, he creates enough space for the Tinker, like together with the Lycan, right? Like 2 of them running in. But they were just so disconnected and so afraid the whole game, just waiting for that one extra item.
Oh, jump in. Bryle, he's been caught out. Saberlight had the Hex, but the BKB is going to be there. Tomato still trying to fight as the Slark rushing in with the Shadow Dance, but needs to back off, or maybe not. They're still trying for Saberlight, but there is backup. Cookie is there, landing onto the Slark. They're on the high ground. This is Arteezy's position, but he's not around for the fight. Bryle's gonna drop. Here comes Arteezy on the cliff. Cliff Teasy makes his appearance. And this time around,
It's just
everyone's just dying. How great is this game?
the return of Cliff Teasy.
This is the greatest game I've ever seen.
It's like, I at this point, I think he's just giving it to us, you know? Like, he
Yeah.
just gets cliffed no matter what.
They literally entered his house. Like, you can enter my house
Yeah,
and
he
try to fight
blinks
me.
on top. He's like, this is my house. Get the hell out. Yeah.
Oh, I love this game.
I love that TSM started playing. Like, they went in, they tried to get a couple of kills, they tried to initiate. However, they tried when they weren't all alive, and Tinker was the one jumping in first. So he wasn't really able to play exactly how he wanted to.
Well, mid lane, Saberlight is very confidently pushing in the mid racks. No one there to stop him.
Casual Saberlight gameplay right here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only 2 supports alive, so you can kind of do it as long as he doesn't get glimpsed.
Group up again from Shopify.
Radiant's top
I mean, bot lane, there is a creep wave pushing in, so they could try for it if they want Shopify Rebellion.
Yeah, they have the refresher on SF as well, so Arcane Blink, refresher, Aghanim's. He can kind of solo these team fights, it feels like.
Yeah. Certainly feels that way right now. Shopify Rebellion. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be waiting for the next Roshan, by the way. Roshan still doesn't tell me when it's respawning. It doesn't for you either.
It's a secret this time around.
It's a secret.
He doesn't want to share. Maybe he'll never respawn, you know?
Yeah?
That's it. He has left the game.
That'd be amazing.
There was a game with 2 Roshans as well, right? Like
That
had
was a
friend.
bug. Tomato. Rupture is there. Saberlight still backing off. Tomato not really able to continue the chase as he has been ruptured up. Commits the depth shroud, does pop his BKB, just taking down the tombstone, waiting out the rupture. And it is going to expire. Pounce in, back in onto Saberlight. Tomato is going to be okay, but in the meantime, Arteezy chasing down Ari. Ari's still running, but is not going to be able to get away from Saberlight. Meanwhile, Arbed, he's found Bryle. He found Tomato. This SF. You know,
There's a buyback, but this
Arbed-
might be GG as well.
yeah, I mean, Arbed's just doing Arbed things, you know?
I had that Arcane Blink just ready and waiting for Slark to pounce out. And I was maybe criticizing the Slark for not jumping in first, but that's one of the reasons why he couldn't do it throughout the game. It's the Rupture. I feel like Lycan and Slark pretty much countered by the Rupture, by the Bloodseeker. So they were afraid to do a lot this game. Maybe they should have just bit the bullet, you know, Lycan perhaps in particular. Went in a couple of times just to free up the game for the Slark, for the Tinker.
No GG call coming out.
There's still a tier 2 on top lane, so
Fair.
they can't. And actually. Yeah, on top lane. So they can't really get mega creeps. Can't take the throne.
Yeah, they won't go for the T4 towers, so maybe just trying to bait the buybacks, but they do not come out.
And Rosh has actually returned.
Ah. Third Roshan of the game.
Yeah, bringing the Aghanims, bringing the cheese and the Aegis.
Very good.
Yeah. This game doesn't get easier for TSM. I feel like you're gonna get that Hex on Shadow Fiend as well. The moment you have that with the refresher, Tinker can fall to you, Slark can fall to you very easily. Like you can solo them at that point. Meanwhile, is there anything that TSM is getting that's huge? Like not necessarily. Like I don't see it. Slark is going for a refresher. Like it's a damn good item, but I don't see it being game changing.
It's yeah, I mean the Shadow Dance and the Depth Shroud, it's strong, but I don't know if it's that strong. Like he needs a lot of time to hit people, but like one Shadow Dance basically just saves him from rupture. That seems to be about it.
If even. Like,
Right, if even.
You're still ruptured afterwards. I feel like it has longer duration, so
It does. You are correct in saying so.
Top tower is under attack.
you can reset at least with it, right? So that's something. But I don't think Shopify is gonna wait for much longer. Like they're ready. The BKB on the Brood now as well.
Radiant's top tower.
Gobble up, bit off the mark, Arteezy. Bit of a jump in with the Gleipnir, but won't go too much further. Static Storm going to be dropped as well, but it's basically on absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it did force the BKB on Bloodseeker, but he has the Aegis still.
Well, Shopify, how much more do they want to go for?
Radiant's top tower.
They still have the creeps on the mid lane, like Lycan is trying to rupture.
Yeah, Ari. Going to be ruptured up, Arteezy just moving right in. He'll find at least the Rubik out of this.
Arteezy TPs.
Immediately out. Bryle in the meantime in a bit of danger. Going to pop his BKB and blink towards the south as now Tomato going to make the jump in. But Saberlight going to be fine as Arbed in the
Where's the
backside.
Lycan?
He's got
Where did you
Kasane.
go?
Kasane's gone. No chance in hell.
I love how he tried. Like he actually tried to wrap around because Bloodseeker TP'd away, right? Like Arteezy actually had to TP away because Rubik stole the rupture, used it on him. And it was a nice idea from the Lycan to try and capitalize on it, but man, he just disappears to the Requiem.
Really, really rough, but TSM are still holding on. They are still holding on. In goes Arbed once again. Glimpse him back.
Aghanim's on the Brood as well, so you have to be careful if you're Tinker. He's
Bryle,
caught.
oh, he's been caught. They lift him away. He's going to be okay for now. Tomato, he'll take over instead. Rupture has been stolen, actually, by this Rubik, so you might be able to use that to turn this one around. Glimpse back. Looks like they have got Arbed there, but he won't mind.
Radiant's top barracks are
So they'll keep going for the top racks.
Yeah, that fight was without SF's ulti.
Rupture is onto Saberlight.
Yep.
Gobble up.
SF.
Oh, that's a four-man gobble up. Oh my god,
There
Crit.
we go.
What a setup from Crit. Arbed will clean up. In fact, it's Arteezy picking up all the kills. Oh my goodness, Crit's done it again. Saberlight, he'll move in. I mean, when's this game gonna end? When do you call it? When have you had enough, TSM?
Radiant's top
Tinker, when Tinker dies, he's still holding though.
Oh, well, as you
Is
say
he?
that, he gets hexed up, he's down. Though he does have buyback available.
top barracks.
Oh, what a game. Forever known as the CAG incident, I believe, Mr. Lizard.
The CAG
The
incident.
CAG
Yeah.
incident, that's what we call this game.
Immortalized. Immortalized
really
CAG
is.
incident.
Here we go, jump in, Arteezy, just right in the fountain. Godlike for Arbed, they're onto the Ancient.
There's the buyback. Yeah, but the Ancient is falling. They don't really care about the Tinker any longer.
Still going, still trying, Arteezy dropping very, very low. Tomato should go down surely. They've at least got the Aegis away. Well, maybe they could turn this. Arbed, Arbit dropping low, he'll cheese up, turn right back around, but Brawl's doing a
Dagon.
lot of damage. The Dagon, but the Requiem, no more messing around from Arbit. He'll secure the dieback. That's gonna be it. GG is called. They've seen enough. And what a game one. I mean, that is literally a game for the history book. So many different things happen. This might have
Two
been
games for the history book. Two
two
lobbies, at
games for
least,
the
yeah.
history books.